What are you doing?
Scrubbing my hand.
Uh-huh. And why would you do that in the first place, much less as vigorously as you're doing it now?
Someone sneezed and didn't bother to use a tissue or their own sleeve or anything. So some of it got on me. It's so terrible.
I can understand this. This is a perfectly reasonable response. There, Jeremy. It's gonna be alright.
Nothing is ever going to be alright.
Well, if you say so. Is there anything I can do to make you feel a little less miserable?
Don't come any closer to me and stop breathing in my direction.
Those things suck.
When I say nothing is ever going to be alright, that applies to you too.
Ha ha. Wow, the snark is real though. Jason Bourne, hanging back. Populars versus jocks, I think it was? What do I got over here? Ah, I do have some with Jason. That's the wrong one. I almost did it again. Got that Jason affection. Right, so I'm back to... Let's see. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, that's fine. I can equip a thing. A notebook thing. And we'll work at both of our different tasks this weekend because we're so dedicated to our job. You know? It's just so good. Oh my goodness, look at all the changes. Bye. Okay. Let's see. Doesn't want to talk. I can take a hint. Brian is with the nerds. Popular's 269. Let's see. I did run into his cell again. But nothing with Brian, so I will walk close by him. And I'll do Everett, Brian, and Bay. Kelly is with the others. 256. Okay. Staying at school. Ah. Hi, Everett. I know getting an affection with you is not important anymore, but old habits die hard and all that. Definitely sleeping. That's not what I wanted to do. Any chance? Adrian? Well, might as well buy one of everything again. I don't think I equipped anything. Goodbye, everyone. And we're gonna sleep at first. Equip that, and sleep. Kind of a waste of a week. Well, I mean, I did buy some more stuff, so that's fine. It's fine. Hey, Lynn, can I sit with you today? This seems like the day, doesn't it? Yes, I think today is a good day for that. Sweet. Just one sec, I'll get my lunch and be back in a flash. I'll be waiting. With bated breath, I'm sure. Okay, I'm ready for lunch. Great, make yourself at home. That's what I always do. I noticed. Good, that means you're paying attention to me. Of course, you and your groupmates always have my full attention whenever you need it. Uh-huh. You know, there's always been something I was curious about. Yes. Why are you, a nurse, a group supervisor? Because I wanted to be. Really? You volunteered to do this? Yes. The teachers already had multiple other groups to manage, so they were willing to make an exception and allow me to supervise a group. And I wouldn't be working here in the first place if they couldn't trust me with students. Ah, so that's how it is, huh? You want to try being a supervisor and they stick you with the worst of the worst. Sucks. No, I asked for this group. You can't be serious. I know I have fun with this group, but why on earth would you want to be a part of it? I wanted to make sure you all got the attention you needed. Why? What have we ever done for you? That doesn't matter. Okay, for real, why do you care about any of this and any of us? This is more than just normal authority figure amounts of care. You have to have some kind of personal motivation. You're right, I do have an extra special interest in this group. What is it? Do you really want to know? Yes, Jeremy, I would. Alright, I hate having to admit this, but the truth is I'm biased. I want to make sure that these types of students get the attention they need, even more so than other students. And you're so pro-jerk because? Is it really that hard to guess? I'd say it's the most obvious reason. You were a jerk. What do you mean? If I were a student here instead of a faculty member, I'd still be in this group. Knew it! One of us! One of us! One of us! Oh, brother, you are way too hard on yourself, Lynn. You're a good guy, way too goody for that group. Maybe now, but not when I was a teenager. No way! I can't believe it. You could not have used to be a jerk. I was, honestly. Wow. The truth is, I see a little of my past self in each of you. Really? How do I remind you of little you? I was very blunt and always spoke my mind without thinking about how it'd affect others. Ah, you noticed. What else? Well, start with that, add Everett's popularity and mindset that being popular in high school actually matters, Nate's insistence on having everything his way, Shiloh's untrustworthiness, Bay's superiority complex, Jeremy's apathy towards most things, and Pran's penchant for seeing the worst in everyone. That's quite the combination. Add some extreme greediness and materialism for good measure, and you'd have a pretty good picture of me as a high schooler. Astounding, you sound awful. I was. But like you said, I'm not anymore. And you think that's gonna happen with us? I do. I think you might be giving them a little too much credit. There are plenty of jerks who just stay jerks forever. Hell, they might even get worse. True, but no matter what happens, don't you think it's better that this group has a supervisor who understands their perspective? You've got a point. And you know, I do think you deal with them better than anyone else could have. Hear, hear, seconded. Thank you, that means a lot. And it means a lot to me that you told me all this. It's still kind of hard to believe. I can't imagine what it'd be like to know you as Jerklin. Not very fun, I'm sure. I don't know, I think I might have been down with it. Were you a good-looking high schooler? Of course, you can't be as popular as I was without looking good. There's the Everett. What did you look like? I was shorter, obviously. I wore my jacket one size too big so it was extra loose. I only tucked my shirt in halfway. I had short hair with very long bangs. My bangs covered one eye, but the hair in front of the other eye was held back with a couple cutesy hair clips. Haha, I like the sound of that. Now I'm sad I didn't get to know Jerklin. Pah, are you for real? You think I'd want to be friends with someone like you? Get lost. Aha, Jerklin, please give me a chance. Stop sharing my airspace, you twerp. Twerp? Yes, I said that a lot back then. Hilarious. I'm glad you think so. It is rather funny now. It was dead serious when I was a kid, though. Well, just for the record, I still like normal Lynn. So do I. Alright, this is about the time where you tell me to finish my lunch and get back out there, huh? You know normal Lynn so well. Yeah, I think I might. That was adorable and amazing. I loved it. Lynn's awesome no matter what. Others versus artsies, eh? 258 versus 256. I don't think, yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't have anything with Nathan. That doesn't sound familiar to me, or it does sound familiar to me, depending on your point of view. Aw, man. Overslept a nap again. Oh man, we're really starting to run out of meetings again. And this is the last. There is no repeat. We graduate this year. Hey, you guys. Hi, Jerkit. It's nice to see you. Uh-huh. So, how's everybody doing this fine day?
I'm fantastic, Starfish.
Really? Why?
Because the world is a wonderful place.
Ha, no really?
Are you gonna be even more chipper than normal for the whole meeting? There's a good chance of that.
Come on, Bae, tell us what happened.
Well, alright. You see, I've had a great deal of trouble finding a pair of glasses I could purchase in a very specific shade of color.
I just noticed now that his glasses are purple to match his vest, and I am even more in love now. Man, how do you keep getting more perfect?
Eventually, I decided my only choice was to have a pair custom made. I was worried they might not be finished in time, but they arrived today. I'm so pleased with them.
God, that's so wasteful.
Do you honestly have nothing better to do?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with collecting something. It's really jerky to try screwing up his good mood.
Thank you, Sugar Plum, but they can make their little comments. It isn't going to bother me.
In time for what? You said you were worried they wouldn't be here in time. What's the rush?
Senior prom is little more than a week away. I needed those frames to pull my entire look together. That's the rush.
Aw man, I can't wait to go to prom with you and see those glasses. Oh snap, it is! I totally forgot. Phew, it's good you brought that up.
You forgot? Isn't junk like that your thing?
Yeah, but I'm not a living calendar. Hey, who do you think is going to be the prom king? I'm sure I'll be the prom queen, so it'd be nice to have an idea of who my co-ruler will be.
That's not a question. Everyone has known it was going to be Nate since before we were even in our senior year.
A member of the jerk squad is prom king? The students here are pretty dumb, huh?
I agree. What's the matter, Twinkle? Aren't you pleased you're the favorite to win? Prom king and queen are the absolute most important roles in the school. It matters so much.
Anything I didn't work for has no value. If I wanted that title for some god-awful reason, then it'd be a different story. But no, I don't care, and they're gonna give it to me anyways. Fine, I'll be the king and queen of prom myself.
Even you aren't crazy enough to think they'd let you do that. It's gonna be Nate and probably Missy.
Hey! Missy's got nothing on me.
Do you really have to be prom queen, Jerkit?
Of course I do. I'm the only one for the role. But why do you care?
The king and queen have to dance together. He's probably getting worked up over the idea of you dancing with Nate, or anyone else.
I'm not with you, Shiloh. Get over it. I've been dating Everett for forever. But if I have to dance with Nate, I definitely need to work towards becoming prom queen next year. If I did, I don't think... It probably has to do with how popular you are with all the cliques, and I don't think I handled that very well. I need to strategize that better for next time.
You're that insecure.
No, Jerkit can dance with whoever she wants and I'm not gonna have any problem with it.
What is the problem, Dumpling?
Haven't you heard the legend?
Obviously not.
Well, around here there's a legend that says the senior prom king and queen always end up getting married eventually. That's a lot harder to accept than just a dance.
Oh, that. Don't worry about it. Those titles are meaningless. It's not going to have any effect on my life.
Will you end up marrying Missy? He's right. I'm not gonna pick someone to marry over something stupid like that.
Yeah, she has totally different stupid ways to figure out who to marry.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hashtag not convinced.
You know, since we're on the topic, there is one pair in this group that I always felt should get married.
Oh yeah? Who? Is it me and you?
Not at all.
Interesting. I'm actually curious now. I didn't know you cared about any couple that didn't include you.
It could still include him.
Lynn just chips in out of nowhere with the shade.
He can marry a guy if he wants, but you really think he's interested in one of these guys?
Yes, the couple I have in mind does not include me in it.
Is it me and Jerkette?
You're half right, dear. It's you and Everett. What the fuck? That's so weird it's not even annoying, just confusing.
Ew, Everett? He's a jerk.
So is Jerkette.
She is not. And even if she was, being a jerk isn't the only problem. Everett is probably gonna end up as some no-good layabout who mooches off of whoever was fooled into marrying him.
Fuck you, Shiloh.
Save your premarital spat for later. Bae, explain why you think those two should get together. I'd like to hear the reasoning as well.
Who cares why? You have to know it's gonna be over something ridiculous.
You're just mad because he didn't pair Everett with you. I don't care, I want to see where he's going with this.
Well, it's simple, really. Every time I try to remember Shiloh's last name, my first thought is that it's Gray, since his eyes are gray in color, and Gray is one of the last names in this group. But then I realize no, that's Everett's last name. If the two of them got married, Shiloh's last name would match his eyes, and that would be so fitting. Oh my god.
You know you don't have to get married to change your last name?
Of course, I know that, dear. But when there's someone around who already has the perfect last name for a person, it makes it seem like they're meant to be together.
You should go talk to Missy about that, because she's all about marrying somebody to get a cooler last name.
I wouldn't change it to Everett's last name. I want to keep my last name Fields even after I get married.
I wouldn't change mine to your shitty last name.
What's wrong with the last name Fields?
Fields are boring wastes of space, like you. Gray sounds like the last name of someone important and mysterious.
Yeah, not at all like you.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're not getting married, it doesn't matter.
Right. Besides, if I was gonna change my last name, the only one it'd be to is Jerkette's.
Shiloh McGee, huh? Has a certain ring to it. Uh-huh. So, Bae, do you have any other hilarious couples who should get together for the lousiest of reasons? Like, maybe Nate and Pran should get together just because both their names have 4 letters?
Don't perpetuate this. Oh, I'm not sure Pranny could manage being anyone's husband.
That's pretty harsh, but probably true. Hey, wait a minute, I just realized something. You've been calling Pran Pranny instead of one of your random nicknames like Sunshine or Twinkle. What makes him so special?
I adore the name Pran, that's all. It's like Fran, only much better.
You make no sense. I guess Bae and Pran should get together since Bae likes his name so much. Also, don't forget that Nate and I are going to get together because of the magic of being prom king and queen. Which means Jeremy will end up alone or marry Lynn.
Yeah, that totally sounds legit.
I better be the maid of honor, female best man, whatever you call it, at all your weddings. Now, who wants to be my best man, or male maid of honor, or whatever?
Shiloh does, duh.
That's not funny.
It's the only funny thing about this. Pran Pune, that sounds nice.
Hey, we might have got a couple together.
Please tell me you're not actually considering marrying Pran because of his name. Don't be silly. Good. But with you, I never know. Pranny, you should think about changing your last name to something that flows better with your first. Taylor is not the only option out there. I'm not going to change my name.
If I had to marry someone just for a name, it'd be Jeremy. King is a pretty badass last name. You can call yourself the king of anything.
Yeah, anything. Buzzkill King, the Clown King, king of people you should never talk to.
Genius, Everett. I bet he's never ever heard of any of that before. But along that same line, the Misery King would be an amazing title for him to go by. Who wouldn't be impressed by someone called that?
Can you go back to leaving me out of this?
Don't be a baby, that's a compliment. At least my part was.
That doesn't help. Who would want to be complimented on something they had no choice or control over? I did nothing to have my last name be King.
I would. Feel free to compliment either of my names, and that statement is for everyone.
I think both your names are great.
They're not as good as mine. I'm not going to have anything to do with this conversation anymore.
Okay, this seems like a good place to end for today. Thank you for being here.
So we can leave?
Yes.
Aw, but I didn't get a chance to talk about how Lawson sounds like awesome to rile up Nate. Nice.
Good. I'm leaving. We can see that dumpling. I'm out.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys later. Oh, hello. Hold up there, shorty.
Oh, you said you weren't gonna call me that in public.
Don't be such a baby. Nobody heard.
They better not have. But whatever. What do you want?
Is that any way to talk to your girlfriend?
Obviously. No, seriously, what is it?
We haven't set up a time to meet for prom. You're going to be picking me up for that, of course.
You want to do prom?
Obviously.
Alright, yeah. I'll come by your dorm like 10 minutes before. We can go together from there. I'm not getting a corsage or whatever.
Okay. What's got you in such a reasonable mood?
Huh, I'm not gonna miss prom. It's gonna be great.
What? If you were so sure you were gonna go, then why didn't you bring it up with me?
We would have seen each other there.
You were gonna go without me?
We would have seen each other there. It's no big deal.
That's a huge deal. A date to the prom is one of the very few reasons there are to have you as a boyfriend.
Well, it's done, okay?
Uh-huh, okay. I'll let it go this time. You better not be late picking me up.
Mm-hmm.
You done hecked up, my dude. You done hecked it up. Well, at least we're going, I guess. Troublemakers versus populars. 281 versus 301. Okay. Let me be free. I wonder how much popularity you would have to have in order to be accepted as the prom queen. If anyone knows, feel free to let me know. Okay, now I want to know. Is there new accessories now that we're going to prom? You're terrible. Fine. And I just want to make sure I have, like, nothing left in here. I'm wearing everything. Everything. Okay. There's nothing in there, so we'll go to work. Bye. You are letting me stop by more often than not, so I appreciate you. Oh, hey, Alicia. Hey, Alicia, can I sit with you again today?
Uh-huh. And you don't have to keep asking. I'm never gonna say no.
Okay, cool, I won't then. Good. So, you've been going here forever, basically. How do you like it?
I'm not wild about the uniforms, but it's better than going to a public school.
What's wrong with the uniforms?
The colors are too dark and plaid is not my pattern. Plus, the spring and summer uniform was not built for girls with my proportions in mind.
Ah, I do see your problem. Yeah. That cover-up cool shawl thing you've got is very nice. You mean your big boobs?
Yes, it's cool and whatever that they at least let me wear a shawl over it, but still, as if I needed something to bring more attention to those.
I feel your pain. Sorry about that. I don't feel your pain. I do. That's alright though, I only need my wonderful personality to win over all the guys.
Good for you.
Well, that's obviously a sore spot, so time for a subject change. Now, about the second part of what you said, why do you think this is better than a public school?
That's kind of obvious, don't you think? A private school has to be better, or nobody would pay them to go here.
Not necessarily. This isn't just a private school, it's a boarding school. So for one, you have to live here instead of getting to go home, and two parents who don't want to raise their kids are going to send them to a boarding school even if it's not better.
Point made. You're so disagreeable.
Sorry, I can't help myself.
I still think it's better than a public school. The food and classes are better.
Alright, I'll accept that.
Oh, thank you very much.
You are welcome. And what do you do at this school other than go to classes and junk?
Like, am I part of any clubs? Yeah. No. Well, unless that whole group thing counts.
It does not.
Then, yep, no.
How come?
I'm tired of the clique thing. You can try to pretend like it's not going to come up in a club, but it always does. It's more fun to sit back and watch anyways. I don't want any part of their drama. I used to be in yearbook, though.
Really? I didn't know you cared about the yearbook.
Oh, totally. I love pictures and stuff showing what things were like when you were younger.
Is that so? Well then, we should take a picture sometime so you can remember the amazing lunches you spent with me.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Not sarcastic at all. Another lucky penny to the sisters. Ooh. Nerds and artsies have fallen from grace. Nerds, artsies, and others. Okay. Ian. Troublemakers. $2.99 versus $2.86. Okay. Hanging back.
Thank fuck that class is over.
You start way too many conversations complaining about class.
Right, I thought it was fun.
You're pissing me off, Shiloh.
He always has fun doing dumb things. Why is that making you mad now?
Cause it's just such an obvious fucking thing to say. There was a sub, and of course he didn't get that Shiloh is a little sleazebag. Or he didn't care. Ugh, like he really needs to start a chat just to remind me of how much of an ass kisser he is. I know you had fun today.
Wow, you're so hostile. Who put a bee in your bonnet?
This school would be so much more tolerable if people like you decided to stop talking.
I think people could say that about you.
Yeah, stupid people.
At least I don't insult everybody.
Uh-huh, you only say a bunch of trash lies.
I'm sure this could go on forever, so I'm just gonna cut in. Is this sub someone I should prepare myself for? I haven't been to that class yet.
He's smart.
He's boring.
That works for me. Thanks for the heads up. You guys are always so helpful. One other thing I want to check is just making sure there's no more dates that have popped up. Okay, we're good. We are out of affection points. There is no way to gain any more affection. I need to equip something for this week. Not a drink, obviously, but I should equip an item of some description. There we go. And... oh! My. That is very red. I should have changed my look a little bit. I could have worn red earrings to match. Oh well.
Hey, I'm here.
Good to see you.
It better be.
Uh-huh. I wasn't sure what I was expecting from someone like you being dressed up, but it wasn't this.
Thanks.
I'm not so sure that's a compliment.
Not meeting that kind of expectation is always a compliment.
Okay, whatever makes you happy. Seriously though, that's the most obnoxious outfit I've ever seen. With all those glaring colors and a bow tie, it's like it knows it's obnoxious and wants you to know that it knows that it's obnoxious.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You're terrible.
You're my girlfriend. We're going to senior prom together, and you haven't realized that yet?
Of course I have, but I can still make fun of you for it. And I'm really not sure if this look was a good idea.
What can I say? I'm bad like that.
It's bad, alright. Probably not in the way you're imagining, though.
Do you seriously dislike it or what?
I like it, but I'm probably the only other person besides you and your mama who ever will.
That's good with me. Let's go.
Yes, let's. A magical night on the dance floor. I just can't, like, how did you find so many different shades of red? It's incredible. Oh yeah, the party's arrived. You better be prepared to dance tonight.
Definitely.
Really? Having fun at a school dance isn't too lame for you?
Obviously, but that's what's gonna make it fun. Besides, tonight's the perfect night to do something unexpected.
You're such a loser, but that works for me.
Then let's dance.
Yeah! Woo! So good, you guys. Work it, you two. You're just as bad of a dancer as I would have imagined. Unless you're not taking this seriously and can totally dance better if I wanted to.
Nah, I suck.
At least you're honest. You really are being unexpected tonight. It must be love.
Alright everyone, gather towards the front of the stage. It's time to announce our prom king and queen. And the winners are Nate Lawson and Missy Smith. Let's give them a hand.
I knew I wasn't popular enough. Next time. Thanks! I'm super flattered.
Yeah, thanks. And now we will turn the floor to our king and queen for their dance together. Told you it was gonna be Missy.
Yeah. I still think I won. They probably just felt bad for her.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you're relieved, though. It would have been pretty awkward if your girlfriend had to dance with your best buddy.
Please, something like that would be nothing.
Acting tough isn't always appealing, you know. Being vulnerable is okay, too.
I seriously wouldn't have cared.
Sure. Way to get us in trouble, Shorty.
That was your fault.
Well, whatever. Let's just hope we don't run into that chaperone again. Uh-oh.
Definitely. I wonder if we could avoid her till we graduate.
Probably not. By the way, have you noticed that you lost something in the rush?
My glasses! Oh, fuck it. I'm not going back in there yet, and it's not like anyone's gonna steal them.
I don't know. Someone could have been looking for a way to get weird black and white non-prescription glasses. No, wait, you're right. No one else would ever want something like that. Not even me, so here you go. At least one of us is responsible enough to keep track of things. Ah, much better.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
You're welcome. Now do me a favor and keep me entertained while we're hiding out in here.
I'm not that thankful. They would have been fine if you left them where they were.
Wow, what a jerk. It's no wonder you didn't win prom king.
Uh-huh, that's why I didn't win.
I wonder how close of a race it was.
I'd be shocked if I got any votes.
What? I know Nate was the favorite, but that doesn't mean no one would vote for you. Where's all your confidence?
I don't feel bad about it. That's the way it's supposed to be. If you had actually paid attention to how things worked around here, you'd know by now that there's a thing where you've got to pick between me and Nate. You pick Nate.
That sounds pretty crazy.
Whatever works. Nate is not pretty when he loses, and he can turn anything into a competition. Better to avoid all that by just going straight to him, and it's not like I want to deal with whatever the fuck is going on. So there, win-win.
Mm-hmm. And what if you actually wanted the thing?
Never happened and never will happen.
Are you scared of losing to Nate so you don't even want to try?
Hell no. Me and him used to go against each other all the fucking time when we were kids. And surprisingly, I pretty much always lost. Unlike him, I don't care much about that kind of shit. I'm cool even when I lose.
Yeah, you're totally cool.
Exactly. So like I said, it's a win-win.
I guess. Another question. How do you handle things when you can't shirk it onto Nate?
I manage.
Neat. Give me an example.
I don't know. I don't keep track of anything, remember? Why do you need one?
Cause I just realized I can't think of a single time you did something other than hang out with friends that wasn't directed by Nate, or your mom, or hell, even me.
Well, so what? I can do things on my own if I want to. I just don't need to.
Well, maybe you should give it a try sometime. It's not as challenging as it sounds.
I'll totally think about it.
That's great. Let me know when you're gonna do it. I want to be there to show my support.
Ugh.
And, in case you were wondering, I voted for you.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Did you vote for me?
Duh.
Good choice.
Yeah, so, listen. Since you're all dedicated to this relationship and everything, there's something I want to tell you. I didn't bring it up a lot because I'm probably the biggest ladies' man in the school.
It's alright. Everyone already knows you've never had a real girlfriend before, Mr. Ladies Man.
That's not it. F*** you. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not really just about girls. Okay?
Oh, you're bi or something?
Yeah, bye. Like I said, it's not a big deal, right? Let's not make it a big deal. I just knew you'd bitch about it if you somehow found out without me saying.
I get you, Shorty. I acknowledge what you've said, and now I'm moving on.
Good.
Thanks for telling me.
Thank you for not making a joke about us picking up guys together or some shit. That's the main reason I didn't want to tell you.
You're welcome. You're the only guy I need.
You're damn right I am.
Man, we're getting like all the vulnerable Everett tonight. My heart can't handle it. It's gonna explode. Oh, what a night. Thanks for walking me back to my dorm, handsome.
You know me. I'm a gentleman.
Uh-huh. Hey, since you're here anyways, do you want to come in?
Nate is literally counting the minutes I take to get back. In his own words, I know what happens on nights like prom, and it's not okay, Everett. I won't allow it.
Then come in for 5 and then run back to your dorm. He'll barely know the difference.
He totally will. Alright.
Woo! You guys are so bad.